Hello, boyos. This is Loner Gamecast, where me and Jake over there discuss that everything is a video game. This week, we're going to be talking about the Ratchet and Clank game that got an announcement, Rainbow Six Siege servers, PlayStation 5, The Last of Us show on HBO, and some more news about CD Projekt Red, because of course we're talking about CD Projekt Red. My name is Nick, and as I said at the top of the show, that's Jake over there. We're two cool dudes in glasses, not giving a fuck. Do more of that. A little bit of these, a little bit of those, a little bit of, okay.
Get down tonight.
Yeah. Oh shit! No way. I was just about to skip last week's question, but we actually got a fucking answer. Are you kidding me? I'm just now seeing this.
Yeah.
We'll go into it. Last week we asked you guys just straight up, what? Because what? That's kind of how we prefaced it.
That's true.
And this comes from Cooking for Group. He says, "Hey, at Lonercast, back again to cook you guys up some. Let's start over. Hey, at Lonercast, back again to cook you guys up a spicy question." That's the sentence that I had problems with. With both the Borderlands and Mortal Kombat movies coming out in the future, what's a video game you both would want to see turned into a movie? Also, do you guys think you'll talk about video game movies on this show in the future? To answer that last question, absolutely we talk about video game shows because they are the closest thing to video games as you can get.
That's true.
That is not a video game.
That's true. And actually, in this episode, we will be talking about video game movies pretty extensively, absolutely. I imagine.
And shows, too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, yes, to answer that question. But the other question, what's a video game you would both want to see get turned into a movie? Jake, what kind of video game? You got one?
I just think most video game movies suck. And the reason is because most video games that turn into movies are already just like really long movies anyway. So you're just like truncating it and making a shorter movie than it already was. So I think the things that like serve better as like a movie would be, I don't know, like something that doesn't have a big story, like a Tetris movie. I don't know how a Tetris movie would work.
How would that work, Jake?
I'm trying to think of like a good like game that doesn't have like a big plot. But
okay,
Wipeout. Like Wipeout would be like you could turn that into a movie, and
or like F-Zero.
Yeah, because you can literally do whatever the fuck you want with it. You're not so constrained like The Last of Us, where it's like if you don't follow the source material, people are going to be pissed. But if you follow it too closely, people are going to be pissed that you followed it too closely. So if you pick something like Wipeout, I think you just have more artistic freedom to do whatever you want. So
yeah, so I was thinking, I'm like, what are my favorite games? And that kind of sit in that like platform of there's not really a story, so you can kind of do what you want. And I'm like, Enter the Gungeon. But I'm like, oh, they already kind of made Enter the Gungeon, and it's called Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
yeah.
You know,
that's
like,
true.
and you take any kind of roguelite, and it's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's true.
Edge of Tomorrow, and it's like, that's a fucking video game movie, even though it's not. It takes that same sort of,
I think Mortal Kombat has potential to be like a cool movie if they do it right, because there isn't like there's lore there, but there's not like a story with Mortal Kombat,
right?
You know,
and it's always changing. But the one
like
thing
Tekken would be cool.
I have to say about Mortal Kombat is the story is usually pretty solid.
Yeah,
like playing through the story and the characters and stuff, they're not bad. They do some interesting shit. At least the last one that I played, and I'm sure they could turn that into a movie, like just minus the fighting, like, you know, the video game fighting style, and just do it in like choreographed, like really cool fight scenes and stuff like that, like a cutscene almost.
It should absolutely be gruesome though. Like I hope in the Mortal Kombat movie, we see someone like pull someone's spine out. Like, I hope that happens. I know Ronda Rousey's in it, right? That's gonna be cool.
I don't know. I have not heard anything about this Mortal Kombat movie.
Well, I'll look into it for you.
I'm trying to think of another thing that I would love. Like, I think we've gone over this before, but I think the Last of Us TV show shouldn't have Joel or Ellie in it, because I feel like that bogs down the story to the point where you have to retell the same story that the game tells.
Well, I do think you can't make a Last of Us movie without those characters, though, because that is Last of Us. I think the best solution to that is to just not make it.
What? No, like, you make it somewhere else.
But then it's not The Last of Us, you know?
You put it in India, and it's The Last of Us in India.
Yeah,
You know?
I just think that's lame, though, because that's not... Last of Us has some cool lore, but, like, what makes The Last of Us is Joel and Ellie. You know what I mean?
Well, spoilers, if you haven't played The Last of Us 2, Joel is dead.
True, but I don't think they're going to make a third one. And, you know...
I think they are absolutely going to make the third one.
And that story was still very much about Joel
and Ellie.
And Ellie. Even though he died, it was about his death. And it was about Ellie, you know? I don't know. I don't think you can have a branching story without them. Maybe you have like a show. Maybe you have a show about Marlene. I don't know.
We already saw a branching story with The Last of Us. You get Abby and Lev. Right.
But they are connected.
Well, then you can make connections all the way down. Like, you can be like, oh, hey, Joel and Ellie ran into these people on their adventures, and then it's like, okay, break off from Joel and Ellie, and we're gonna focus on these guys. You know, you could easily do that. I feel like.
I hear you. I just don't think it should be made, but we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying.
I can't think of another game. I just I honestly don't think games should turn into movies that often. Like, it's very rare.
Star Wars.
I like Uncharted. I feel like Uncharted has potential to be a good movie just because it's Indiana Jones, and like, that's fine. He can be spelunking, doing whatever the fuck, you know. Right.
So you know that Lego Star Wars game? Yeah. I think they could make a good movie out of that.
They did. They had a Lego Star Wars holiday special that was on Disney Plus.
Oh shit, you're right.
It was super cute too. I actually liked it a lot.
Did you? How long is it? I haven't seen it.
It's like an hour or two, or not two. Oh. It's like an hour. You know, it's like a little Christmas special. It's nice.
Cool.
It's cute.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
Mario. I can't. Mario would be cool. Like a. I know they're doing that actually, right?
Are they? They already did it, and it was terrible.
But not live action. Like a Mario. I know. Fuck, the guys who made Despicable Me are making the Mario movie right now, I think.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Illumination, is that their name? Yeah, I think
that'd be interesting. I would like to see. I don't know what it would be, what game it would be, but it would like a game that just doesn't make any sense. It just kind of goes off the rails and just goes fucking nuts, and you know, people
like a Nier, like a Nier movie.
Fuck, dude, that would be so sad.
That'd be wild. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could do the guy who made Death Stranding. You can have him make a movie.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima. Yeah. Like, I don't think you could turn Death Stranding into a movie, but a Metal Gear movie might be kind of cool, I guess. Yeah. But that exists, I guess.
Does it?
Yeah, Escape from New York.
I don't know.
Because Snake from Metal Gear is based off of Snake from Escape from New York, which is Kurt Russell, and he wears an eye patch. It's like,
of course,
straight up, just like a rip. But yeah, I think like a Metal Gear, or like a Splinter Cell, but like Splinter Cell was already a book first, so like, yeah. You know,
as I'm going over the list in my head, I'm like, you know, it's really, video games take a lot of cues from movies. Like, we've got
Pong movie,
you know. No, Pong would. I mean, what's a Pong movie gonna be?
Wimbledon.
Okay.
Just play tennis.
Just play tennis or ping pong. Games take so much from movies anyway. I feel like you could take those and just put them back into the movies. Like, I'm thinking of like Cyberpunk. I'm like, well, we already have a Cyberpunk movie. It's called Blade Runner, and it's like, yeah, you can make a Cyberpunk movie. It would be pretty close to Blade Runner, and that was pretty successful. So it'd probably do okay if it had the right budget and directing and stuff. So I think, honestly, any video game could, as long as it has like a good setting, you could do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, I feel like Hitman would do well, but like they've tried twice and they both suck. So,
I mean, 007.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah,
it's the same sort of thing. Like, it may not have the name on it, but it's gonna, as long as the settings are right. It's like you can make it correlate. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. What you been playing, Jake?
Yeah, I've been playing a couple things. I like I mentioned last week, I bought Jak and Daxter, and I started playing Jak and Daxter last week. I put in a good amount of time, about 6 hours. And
what are you playing it on again?
I'm playing it on PS4, but okay. It's just like a port.
Okay.
But I didn't, because I had never played Jak and Daxter, so this is why I decided to play it. And old game is old, absolutely. The camera controls are ass, like so ass. Like, I can't believe. I think even for the time they were bad. The first one. I haven't played the second one yet, so we'll see. But I also didn't realize how much of Jak and Daxter is a collectathon. I didn't realize it was a fucking collectathon. Like Mario.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Like Mario 64, and like I didn't realize that that's what it was, but it totally is. That's exactly what it is. Like you're going around and you're collecting these little orb things and to move to the next area.
You're absolutely right.
It's a collectathon. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is weird, because you think it's more like a Ratchet and Clank where you clear out guys, move to the next session.
Maybe the next ones are, but
I don't think so, because I've played Jak 3 and I remember like collecting little blue shards, little blue like orbs or spheres on the ground, and I was like, and you brought it up and it like flashback and it was like, what? Yeah, I remember those being on the ground. I don't remember if they do anything. Well, if they like change what they do, but
the little orbs are like for your health. I remember that. And like Ratchet and Clank has things that you collect, but it's like more of like a currency, and you use it to like upgrade your weapons and stuff. But this is like straight up collectathon. Like you're going around trying to find like eggs, just like you're trying to find stars in Super Mario Sunshine.
It's like a Spyro game.
Yeah, sort of like Spyro. Yeah. I've also been playing Don't Starve Together, and I've been playing with my friend Brandon, and we've been having a real good time. I forgot how great that game is. It's a bit cumbersome on the PS4. I'd only played it on PC before, but we're playing on PS4, and yeah, the menus are rough, but like I think they did as best as you could. Although, why are things not in alphabetical order? It pisses me off. Like, put your shit in some sort of order, man. Like, organize your fucking menus, bruh. Like, what is this? Like, you got bird traps next to, like...
Oh, yeah.
Hot drips or whatever, Like, it's...
hot toddy drips?
Hot toddy drips. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my biggest issue with the game. But besides that, I love it. It's really fun.
And they keep changing things. Like, I remember playing it back in like 2009. I want to say, like, it was a while ago. In like alpha, and I played it and it made sense, and there wasn't a whole lot to it. But as it gets older and they add more stuff, I kind of jump back into it and jump out of it and jump back into it. Every time I jump into it, they've changed something. Like, there's no longer farms. You have to like create like another thing that puts like 4 plots of land out, and then it builds farms for you. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, and it's just so hard to jump back in and go, okay, so we're gonna need a farm. And then I'm like looking through the menus like, okay, where's the fucking farm? or the ice chest. I don't know where the fucking ice chest is, but yeah, those menus are just keep getting longer and longer, and they're gonna need to stop because
Yeah,
there's
the
only
menus
so
are,
long.
or they need to redesign the menus.
Yeah, there's only so long that you're willing to scroll before you're just wasting time pressing right on the D-pad, you know? Yeah.
Or like a quick search would be nice.
I started playing that a little bit too. Played like 1 or 2 rounds, died before winter both times.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's a cute little game. I haven't been playing fucking nothing new. Been sticking with Rocket League. Been playing a little bit of Don't Starve, but not enough to really share my experiences on it. A little bit of Control. That's about it.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Looking forward to this spring though, when our first news story.
Yeah, I got the kalimba.
News story of is Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
I love the fact that it just throws me off, and I go, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart arrives on PlayStation 5, June 11th. We finally get a release date for Ratchet and Clank, which we all thought when we saw the trailer was going to release right alongside the PlayStation 5. It was going to be either like
launch window,
like launch day, or very, very close to launch window, like end of the year, January kind of thing. And then they're like, yeah, we didn't really say anything. And you're like, really? I thought it was coming out. And then it's like, I guess not. I guess we all thought wrong. And then they're like, okay,
I'm pretty sure
we're going to push it back too.
In the trailer, it said early 2021. So I think a lot of us just assumed March because, dude, June is not early 2021.
No, they definitely pushed it back.
Yeah, they pushed it back for sure, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, no, especially since they didn't announce that they were pushing it back. That's what we talk about on the show all the time. Is, you know, you announce a game and you give a definite like launch date. You know, it's like, okay, this is coming out June 11th and of 2023, and it's like, how do you fucking know that? Like, you can't know that for sure. What they did at Ratchet and Clank, I think it's Insomniac that's doing this one. They just went, it's coming out early 2021, and they didn't give any date until the game's about to come out in, you know, a few months, which is the right way to do it.
True. Yeah.
They kill it. You also have a note in here that says Ratchet in going commando armor. Is that like something that they showed off?
Like, yeah, just in the little
like
picture.
An outfit.
Yeah, in the picture they showed him in the armor that you wear in Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, which is the second game.
Okay.
Which is interesting because this is a sequel, I'm assuming, to the Ratchet and Clank game that came out in 2016.
Was that the 4 Ratchet and Clank 4, or was that
No, it was just called Ratchet and Clank, if you remember.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
And it came out like hand in hand with the movie. And what's interesting about it, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart versus the Ratchet and Clank Reboot, is the Reboot costs $40 and this game costs $70. So that's a little weird, but also understandable, because I do think like the reason they could charge so cheap for the Ratchet and Clank Reboot game is because a lot of the cinematics and stuff were just rips from the movie. So
I remember hearing about that.
Kind of makes sense. I love that game though. It's a lot of fun. I don't think it's as good as the originals, but I platinumed it, and
they did do them. They did do the Ratchet and Clank movie, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't see it. Did you ever see it?
I never saw it, but I played the game, and
so that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I like that game a lot. I'm very excited for Rift Apart because I just love Ratchet and Clank. I'm excited for a game like this.
I have a question for you. Since you're more of a Ratchet and Clank fan than I am,
yes.
Did you play the first Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 2?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Came with my PS2, yeah.
Oh, shit. So the reboot, is that pretty much the same story as the original one?
So it is and isn't. They completely like changed it. Because like in the original one, and this is why I like the original one more. In the original one, Ratchet and Clank, they meet and they kind of hate each other until the end of the game, and they grow to like each other at the end. In the reboot, they like each other from the very beginning, and they're just like, we're homies. Like, oh yeah, dude, little metal man. Like they're, they went way more kid friendly in the reboot. Where I think like the originals were like a lot more like edgy teen humor stuff. Like, I mean, straight up, like the second one was called Going Commando, and then the third one was called Up Your Arsenal. And
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think they were trying to go a little bit more kid friendly because they released like a Pixar sort of movie.
You think that because everything's kind of going into the Spider-Verse.
They changed the villain too. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. You know how everything's kind of like going into the Spider-Verse since like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was so fucking popular, and like bringing all the characters from all the dimensions into one thing. You think that the reboot of Ratchet and Clank is just a different dimension of Ratchet and Clank where they're friends at the beginning, and then the original is the original, and in this one they're going to go back to the original and meet their counterparts.
It is rifts. Yeah. Right.
But then they also have like a lady Ratchet,
Yeah, maybe she's just Ratchet from a different dimension.
From a different dimension. Yeah. So like
maybe.
And then, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man, we got to figure out something that's like home dimension or something, whatever that one's going to be called, is going to have all of the Spider-Men from like
Spider-Man Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. That's a good one. I like that. So then there's going to be a dog and a cat and no, they like I think that's going to be like the new trend of at least a couple of things in media and entertainment media where it's going to be like.
What confuses me is this game is like, it's the first time we've seen a female Lombax, which is what Ratchet is, and it's like, but in the second game, the villain of the game turns out to not be a villain, and it's a female Lombax. Are we all just gonna forget about this? Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? This is not the first time we've seen a female Lombax. Come on. Anyway,
maybe she's. You're talking about the original, like in the PlayStation 2. Yeah. Maybe she's like the villain. This one that we're meeting here is the villain.
She is the villain. I think it's their way of introducing a female Ratchet. So in subsequent games, and probably this game, you can play as a female, which is cool. That's fine.
I enjoy that. I really do. I like that Crash Bandicoot did that, where you could play as Coco or Crash.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. That's what they're going for here. I wonder if we'll get like a female Clank, or if Clank will just go with both of them. I don't know.
If he doesn't get a female Clank, like a female version of himself, and they don't like fall in love and go on a date, I'm gonna be real upset.
I will say, I think Clank is like, he's a bit androgynous. He's a robot, so I don't think he is male or female,
That's true. Yeah, he's a robot, but he has that male voice.
He does, but he's
like,
a robot.
It's like very male. Like,
I mean, I guess.
It's not like a voicemail tone.
It's like, hello, I am Clank. It's nothing like.
Yeah.
He's a robot. I don't know.
Or what if he meets another Clank and they go on a date and they fall in love?
Romance.
You think that the people that don't
I think only one Clank can exist, because the whole idea of Clank is that he's like a defective war bot, and like that's his thing. So I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm excited for this game. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I might pick it up. It looks super colorful, and I think that's another reason. I think that's another. I was gonna bring this up. It's $70, but I think because it's in such a lull area of gaming, like June. I don't know anything that's coming out in June.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to pick it up regardless, and it looks really good.
I think it'll do really well. I think people really like Ratchet and Clank anyway, and I think they were surprised by how well the last Ratchet and Clank did. So I think it'll do well, and they've marketed the fuck out of this game. So yeah, I think it'll do well.
It'll do good. Rainbow Six Siege servers are migrating to a better one. This comes from the Rainbow Six Siege Twitter. I'll say that again in case you couldn't hear. Rainbow Six Siege servers are migrating to a better one. That is super good news. I'll read the tweet. The tweet from Rainbow Six Siege Twitter says, "This week we begin migrating our PC and PlayStation game servers to newer, faster machines. Xbox will follow. This rollout will happen gradually from region to region throughout the next few months to ensure the least player impact." That's fucking great news.
That is fantastic news.
Honestly, one of my biggest complaints with this game, like half
is
of
the
why
netcode
I
is
like
ass.
Yeah, is that
ass.
The connection between players and the latency is just terrible. It's so fucking bad. And then the other one is the hitbox. They need to fucking fix their hitboxes because they don't make any sense. But yeah, the hitboxes with the server latency is just it makes a terrible game. And it's just not fun when you shoot somebody in the face and they don't die, but they shoot you in like just past the shoulder and you die from a headshot and you're like, what? Okay. Then
you watch the kill cam and they did shoot you in the head and you're like, that's not what was happening on my screen.
Yeah, that's not what happened at all. Or like you shoot them and you get the like feedback that your bullets hit them and you're like pop 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 pop, and then you watch their kill cam and they shoot you once and they don't take any damage and you're like, are you kidding me? Like how is this happening? So this is good news.
It's very good news. I agree. Yeah.
There's not really much else to go on with this. I know that some regions are getting it later. They haven't given like a timeline or anything. I think they've already started doing it. So it's good news.
I will say it's massively impressive that Rainbow Six Siege has had such a lifespan. This game that when it launched was like kind of hated and like not liked at all is now still played 6 years later or something like that. Like,
because they keep it's insane. It is the best games as a service aside from maybe Destiny 2.
Yeah, totally.
It's so they did such a good job keeping it up to date. It is about 5 years old. It is just older than 5 years.
You know what helps? You know what helps with that? I think it's because this game wasn't like designed to be games as service. They made a fucking good game, and then sort of over time turned it into that games as service model. They made sure that the game came first, and I feel like that's true for Destiny too. Like they made a kick-ass game. Like Destiny's gunplay is amazing. That can't be said for like Avengers, you know, like that game plays ass. So like, why would I want to be part of this service, you know?
Yeah, because they fucking designed that game as a games of service, and they expected it to be a games of service. Whereas like Destiny was like, this is a co-op game where you play with 3 friends and then go through the thing, and people are like, yeah, this would be awesome with like a bigger community, and they're like, yeah, okay. You know? Yeah. And it's still kind of that co-op, but there is that games of service thing where they kind of release monthly content and new skins and whatnot. I'm not quite sure.
I don't play Destiny anymore, but yeah.
But I hear it's really fucking good recently. Like the newest Beyond Light or whatever is really good, and I'm kind of tempted to go back into it. Just to see what everybody's talking about.
Don't get me started, boy.
It's fucking free to play, dude. It's free to play.
You. But we gotta buy the update. We gotta buy the update though.
Do we? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's free to play, but you have to buy the DLC.
Fuck.
I know. Fuck. Are we about to drop like $60 on Destiny?
No, I'll pick it up and see how it is. See what it's like, and then we'll see what the DLC is like. And go from there.
Okay.
You know, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
I like that one. That's nice.
Company sells replacement PS5 plates. Tells Sony, go ahead and sue us. This comes from Eurogamer. There's a Canadian-based device customization company called D-Brand, and it launched its replacement PS5 plates. They dubbed them Dark Plates, with a brazen attitude toward the prospect of a Sony takedown. They quote, on their website, they quote, with the release of Dark Plates, the unthinkable has happened. D-Brand says on its website, we've taken Sony's monumental achievement in bad design, ellipses, and fixed it. We can only assume that our prizes are in the mail. They go on, according to the Dark Plates website, the first 3 waves of its PS5 plates have sold out. Limited stock of the matte black option for the disc edition console is said to be available for shipping in May. As long as they don't get sued before then. That's interesting. Remember when like the PlayStation wasn't even out yet? They just kind of like announced the shape of it or whatever. And people were like, oh, well, I don't want white. I want black. So there were companies that were just making black faceplates and they would get cease and desist from Sony. This company's just like, fuck you. Come sue us. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think...
do you like the black? Do you like the black more than the white?
I think regardless, the PS5 is ugly as fuck. But I do think like Sony could kiss my ass. Like I feel like if they want to do it better, then go ahead, sell your own plates. We'll see which one sells better. This is capitalism, baby. All they have to do to win this court case is be like, well, we're just selling plastics. You know, we're just selling plastic plates. Like we're not doing anything wrong. Like is Sony gonna be pissed at Mad Catz for making knockoff controllers? Like I guess they can, but like make better controllers then. I don't know. Like this is I don't know. This forces Sony to be like, oh, I guess we should make plates. Yeah,
it definitely speeds up their process because we already know that they have planned like customized like plates and stuff.
If you believe in capitalism, then let capitalism do its thing, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And this is capitalism. This is competition. This is the way it works. Yeah, it's for your product, but like they're not selling your product. They're selling a thing that goes on your product. And in fact,
it doesn't necessarily have to either.
I could just use it as a plate to eat steak.
You just put your spaghetti and meatballs on it. Yeah, and there you go.
I'll put it on my computer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, put it on your car for the wind drag. You know,
it would be funny if I bought some of those plates and I put them on the side of my CRT TV. That'd be kind of hilarious.
You bring that bitch into the future.
Yeah, I think Sony should chill the fuck out. Like, who cares? Like, just let them sell it. Like, who cares?
They haven't said anything. Like, Sony has not come out and said anything to them, as far as I know.
It's not harming them. It's not harming Sony at all. It doesn't take away from their sales at all because they're not selling plates.
At least right now, yeah. Yeah. I think that if these guys get big, kind of like that skins, where you can put skins on your thing, that like everybody knows that brand. I think if these guys get like the recognition of like, oh, these guys are better than Sony, it kind of fucks Sony over on that end. And it's like, and then
Sony reaches out and instead of suing them is like, hey, why don't we make a partnership? We work together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be the good thing, the good guy thing to do. But
I think so. Well, I think the good guy thing to do is to just like not do anything. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah. Or like even reaching out and going, hey, you guys do a good job.
Yeah,
want to work for us, kind of thing. You know, that's.
But also, they don't. Okay, I think it's better if they don't have to work for Sony, because then it's like.
No, yeah, but it gives them a choice. Yeah, you know, like fuck it.
So I hope Sony doesn't do anything. Sony, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's something Sony would do though. I don't know.
Is what?
Like call these, yeah. Like send a cease and desist.
Yeah, I'll try to stay on top of the story. It's pretty new, but we've seen what happens with the other companies who, you know, have stopped making plates and stuff. This is a brand new one, and they're just outright, hey, fuck you, Sony. We're going to continue to do it no matter what.
I think it's I think that this company knows that they could potentially win a lawsuit if they did sue them, because it's like saying like you can't sell tires for a car because that's the car. Like that doesn't make sense. It's
only
like
the
saying,
manufacturer of the car can sell the tires.
Or like saying I can't buy paint for my desk, like, or like a new
for your house. For your house, unless it's like Pulte, you know. Oh, I bought my Pulte house, and now I need to buy Pulte paint. I can't go to the store and buy Bear or any of the other ones. I don't know the paints. I'm not a homeowner yet.
Yeah, I think this company knows. They must have talked to lawyers and said, "Yeah, we could win this easy."
Yeah. I think that's kind of why they're so up in arms about it, because they're like, "Oh, we fucking got this," you know?
Yeah.
Like we're not doing anything wrong.
Or they're we're gonna make so much money that it doesn't matter.
Yep. Well, they've already sold out.
Exactly.
Three waves of these plates, so people are fucking buying them. Sony, get your shit together, get in this race, and prove them wrong. Like
I just hate that companies do this shit. Like, it's like when like someone's selling like they hand knit like a Pikachu and they sell it on Etsy, and Nintendo's like, you can't sell that. That's our property. And they're like, what? But I knit this from hand.
I made this myself. I went and bought product to make this myself. It cost me $50 to make this.
And I love your product, and now you're fucking treating me like a criminal for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Let's move on. Nintendo fucking sucks.
True.
Sony also probably sucks, but you know, they have my undying love as of right now. All right. The Last of Us HBO series cast Pedro Pascal and as Joel in the Game of Thrones. Oh,
he's from Game of Thrones.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
Last of Us HBO series cast Pedro Pascal as Joel, Game of Thrones breakout Bella Ramsay as Ellie. I don't know why that Game of Thrones breakout, that just totally threw off that sentence.
Well, they're both from Game of Thrones, so.
Pedro Pascal is in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
You're lying to me. Who did he play?
He played Pedro Pascal. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I'm not too familiar.
Game of Thrones.
First, he played Oberyn Martell.
I don't know who that is.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I didn't even realize he was in season 4. I didn't have time to read all of the very long novels. Pascal still wanted to devote effort researching his character, however, and Oberyn only appears in the second half of the third novel.
So these guys both have experience with HBO. So,
well, yeah, and Pedro Pascal is just fucking great. Honestly, he's so good. Like, I saw the first thing I saw him in was The Mandalorian, and you don't even fucking see his face in that show. And then the second thing I saw him in was Wonder Woman 84, and he outshines every other person in that movie. He's just so good. And I think he'd make a great Joel.
I think it's really good casting.
Yeah. Bella Ramsay, I don't necessarily like. Like, I don't remember her playing in the Game of Thrones. I don't remember her scenes or whatever. And I know that she did a really good job on the scenes, and that's why they kept her on Game of Thrones for so long. But I always felt like her face and her eyes were just like a dead stare. You know, I've seen videos and pictures of her, and it's just like, is she like a living person? I just feel like she kind of looks mannequin-like. And that's nothing against her. It's just I'm sure she's a great actress, and I'm kind of excited to see how she does in this. It's just, I don't know if it's a good cast as far as looks-wise, you know?
I don't know. I she's a kid, so who knows?
Right. Which is a pretty good thing to have as Ellie.
Yeah.
And she's already done like darker shit like Game of Thrones, so it might be good that she's, in darker shit like Last of Us, and we don't have some sort of like.
And apparently worked with Pedro Pascal before as well.
Yeah. So, and it's probably good we don't have like kids from, Lazy Town playing Ellie, because they probably wouldn't get the part. They'd probably be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be happy because I'm a little kid and that's who I am. But like, this actress has been in some pretty dark shit. So
yeah, I think it's
really good.
I think it's really good casting. I think the fact that they did get Bella Ramsey as Ellie shows that they are going to be doing the first video game. Like they're that's what they're planning on doing. They're probably recreating the first game, right? Like that seems pretty without a doubt then.
I would say so, or at least
because the question was like, is this going to be like in between parts 1 and 2, or is this going to be a remake of the first game, or is this going to be after 2, or what is this going to be? But I think like this confirms that they're redoing the first game,
where they're going to start from the beginning. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think Pedro Pascal is a good call. Bella Ramsey, I don't know anything about her, but I think she looks fine. What about the rest of the cast though? Like, who do you think would be good as other people?
As other people?
Yeah,
dude, you get Nolan North to play Tommy because he already fucking Tommy the brother.
He didn't play Tommy though.
He didn't play Tommy. No,
he played David.
Wait, yes, he did.
He played David, the bad guy. How can I eat you, Ellie?
I mean,
that's Nolan.
Then you fucking get him to play David, the bad guy from the first one.
You know who I think should play David? I think David Tennant. David Tennant would be really good as David.
I don't know who that is. I'm terrible with
David Tennant. He played the Doctor at one point. He was also in Jessica Jones. He played Purple Man in Jessica Jones. He was like the bad guy in there.
Yeah, I could see that actually. Absolutely, I could see that. Oh God, yeah. This picture on Google is not flattering, but yeah, it's like right. It's smack on. It's like perfect.
What about Tess? Who would play Tess?
Tess. Oh man, it would have to be somebody. Tess.
What about Sarah Chalk?
I don't know who that. Like, I don't know any. Like, I feel like you're just going to be answering all of these.
Sarah Chalk played. She was in Scrubs.
Oh, okay. No, I feel like she's too like
pretty.
That kind of blonde,
Okay, how about this?
Blonde.
The guy who plays Bill in The Last of Us should just play Bill because he is Bill. That guy, look him up. His name is W. Earl Brown. Look him up.
Earl Brown. Oh, dude. They modeled him. They modeled Bill after.
They had to have. They had to have.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah. What about Marlene?
Marlene? Oh, I have a good one for this. I don't remember her name.
What about Zoe Saldana? I don't think you could get Zoe Saldana to do it, but she played Gamora. Zoe Saldana. I think that would be interesting. Or
you think so?
Yeah, or Zendaya?
No.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I think she's too young.
You think she's too young?
I think she's too young for that role.
I don't know. Who would play Tommy?
Zoe Saldana would be good. Or you get Night Nurse. Whatever her name is.
Rosario Dawson? I think Rosario Dawson would be a good Tess, actually.
She would be a good Tess, too.
Yeah.
I like Zoe Saldana as she's got that look to her. What did she play? Law and Order.
Who, Zoe Saldana?
Yeah. She was in a
Gamora.
1999 episode of Law and Order. Yeah. Yeah,
What?
she's Gamora.
She's Gamora. She's also in Avatar.
Right, as not the Avatar, but one of the aliens, right?
Yeah.
One of the yeah.
The one that Jake Sully falls in love with.
You know who'd be really funny to get as Bill would be like Chris Pratt. I think he'd be all right. I think he'd be all right in that role.
Or like Jack Black. Just like comedic relief.
Jack Black as a super gay guy, I could see that. Like,
a
jaded gay guy.
And he could bring comedic relief, and it might also be a chance to see Jack Black like express his acting chops for once. Because there's only been a couple times where we actually get to see Jack Black like act,
Right.
Like Bernie is like one of the only movies I can think of where Jack Black actually like acted, and I was impressed by that movie. I thought that movie was very good. So
Tropic Thunder, Jack Black really really goes out of his comfort zone right there.
Well, sorry to take over the show here, but speaking of Jack Black, in other movie news, Jack Black has just been cast as Claptrap in the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, what is this movie, dude? This is just that one movie.
Jumanji,
thank you. Yeah, it's just fucking Jumanji.
It's Jumanji for adults because Borderlands has to be rated R, right? Like there's no way.
So here we go. You said you want this I can answer the cast. So you have
well, they already announced Kevin Hart.
You have
right?
Kevin Hart, and he's probably gonna be who the fuck is he gonna be? He's gonna be the not Roland. Maybe he'll be Roland, but I doubt it. He's too funny. But you have Jack Black as Claptrap, right? You have The Rock as Brick, the big punchy guy.
Yeah. You've
got the red-haired chick from Jumanji. I forget her name. Her name's slipping me right now. The other character from Jumanji. Do you remember what her name is?
Yeah, she's in Endgame as well. She plays Nebula.
Yeah. You have her as Lilith.
What's her name? Something
the fire lady.
Gillian, right? Nebula actress. Karen Gillan, that's it.
Karen Gillan, yes. You have her play as Lilith.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, dude, this is just fucking Jumanji. Like,
yeah, this movie is Jumanji.
It's Jumanji, but instead of having Jack Black be his fat, funny physical comedy guy, he's a voice of a fat, funny, stout little robot guy. Like it's the same shit. It's
oh wow!
You get Will Ferrell. What? You put Will Ferrell in the mix.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm bringing it back to The Last of Us. I'm bringing it back because I'm looking at some potential cast here. Did you ever see Ant-Man?
Yeah.
What about the chick who plays the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly, as Tess? What about her?
That'd be pretty good. I could see her doing that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sorry to derail there.
No, that's fine. I mean, you derailed it twice, so that's on you.
Josh Brolin as Joel. That would have been good cast. Fuck. God damn.
Well, then you get Josh Brolin as Tommy.
Oh yeah. What about like Henry? Do you think they'll even do like Henry and Sam?
Dude, you fucking better do Henry and Sam. That is such a huge part of the game.
Oh, on this list, Marlene, Zoe Saldana. Look at that. I'm not the only one who thinks it.
No.
I'm not the only one. John Hawkes. Look at this guy. Look up John Hawkes. Everyone at home, look up John Hawkes. Everyone's saying this guy should play David. Look up John Hawkes.
John Hawkes. With an E. He's got an E. Oh, wow.
Look at that. That's David right there. Holy shit.
He's 61 years old, dude.
Yeah, David should be old, right? David's like an older, creepy guy, right?
I guess so. What did this dude play on? What did he do?
I don't know.
Let's go to IMDb. Show overview. He doesn't even have anything. Who is this guy?
I don't know. Why was he on the list?
Why is he on this list? I don't know who this person is.
He's an actor. Independent Spirit Awards.
Oh, here we go.
Films Winter's Bone, The Sessions. Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. From Dusk Till Dawn. Oh shit, that's a good movie.
Hardball.
Perfect Storm. American Gangster. Yeah. Hire this man.
I guess I've never heard of him.
Well,
And
apparently he
neither
doesn't
has
do big
IMDb
movies
either.
He could probably use a job. Give him the job. Give him the job.
What if he sucks though?
What about for Henry? What about the Stormtrooper man?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that'd be good.
I can't think of his name right now.
2187.
Yeah, Finn. What's his name? Fuck.
What is this? What is his name?
What's his name?
John Boyega.
John Boyega. Yeah, he'd be good, right?
Yeah, he'd be a really good one. I
Don
feel like
Glover?
he would nail that too.
Don Glover would be pretty good.
I feel like he would, like John Boyega would nail that like older brother role.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna make assumptions about the kid because I don't really care about kid actors. So, any of them.
Dude, we get Macaulay Culkin as his younger brother.
Dude, Macaulay Culkin as David. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That'd be amazing.
That would
Holy
be
shit.
It's turning into a fucking circus.
Okay, sorry.
It's turning into a fucking circus. We get Macaulay Culkin to play Joel. We get Willem Dafoe to play David.
That would be fucking amazing, dude. Dude, Willem Dafoe is David. Holy fucking shit. I'm so in on that.
We get Idris Elba to play the doctor at the end.
Oh fuck!
We get that guy from. Hold up. We get that guy, the Tyrone from Fast and Furious 2, to play the older brother, and John Boyega to play his younger. Brother.
There we go. We get Logan Paul.
Oh God, no!
Shane Dawson. He's in the movie.
God.
Turns into a YouTube movie.
Please no.
One last thing about The Last of Us before we move on, though, which I know we already did move on, but I'm back to it.
Yeah, you're back.
Do you think this is gonna be like a 1-season show, like an 8-episode sort of deal, or do you think this is gonna be like a full-on thing?
No, I think it's gonna be 8 episodes. I don't think it's gonna get through the whole story. Honestly, it might get.
You don't think it'll get to the end?
No, I don't think it'll get to the end. No way. You get 8 episodes. You would need 16 episodes to do that. I think this is going to be an 8-episode show. It's going to be like how The Witcher did it, where they're like, we don't really know if this is going to be good or not. We're just going to kind of put it out there, and then people went, yeah, this is really good, and they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll make another one, and then they invited everybody back. I think that's kind of the direction that it's going to go. It's like, it's not going to be the best show, but it's going to be good enough to warrant people coming back. But I don't think they're going to start doing it.
I think the difference between this and The Witcher is it's on HBO and not Netflix.
True.
And HBO takes all their shit seriously. So
that's very true. And they're pretty good with the source material until
but
there is
also,
no more source material, and then they fuck it up.
Also HBO is not one to shy away from limited series. Like the new Watchmen show was a season long, so they're not like shy to the
that. Did they
it's
end
pretty
that?
good.
Is that did they end it?
It's 1 season, it's done. So like
they didn't end it on like a cliffhanger or anything like that?
No, they ended it. Like
okay, then yeah, I could see that then.
I think it was 8 episodes.
Wow. Okay.
Might have been 10. I don't know. Might have been 12. I can't remember. It was pretty good. Not as good as the original Watchmen, but what are you gonna do? But I could see this show being 2 seasons. First season leads up to David.
Yep.
And it ends with her smashing the dude's face, and that's how it ends. And then the second season can be the arc of them getting to the hospital. And
The Last of Us 1 is so good.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't know how I guess you could have this show go on for years and years and years, all the way up until part 2, and you could do that if you wanted to. But yeah, I don't see them doing that. But they could if they wanted to. I mean, it's their call.
Well, I mean, part 2, they like join a fucking commune sort of thing. So it's like, what do they do? But in the between times.
Well, what they could do is season 1 could be the David thing, like leads up to David. Season 2 could be, the doctor hospital thing. Season 3 could be 3 years later or whatever. Because now 3 years have passed, and the actress that is playing Ellie has actually aged up, and she actually fits that 18-year-old range. So I don't know. They could do it that way if they wanted to.
They absolutely could. Yeah,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to speculate. It really is.
I guess we'll see. I do believe it's going to be a season long. It's just going to be like a mini series,
and they're just going to end it. I think if it's good, they won't. I think if it's good and it gets praised, people they'll put it on for a second season. Or
I don't know, because
even a third season.
Like I said with Watchmen, that was a very loved show. Like people really liked it, and they're like, nope, that's what we had planned, and it's done.
Wow.
So
that's like, I know Netflix is like cranking them out,
Yeah.
Or just people love it. We're gonna keep going. So like HBO, I don't know. They cranked out fucking.
I have high hopes for this show. Like I didn't before, but now that they got Pedro Pascal, I'm like, this could be good actually. So
and the fact that it's a show and not a movie, I'm into.
Same.
Let's move on.
If it was a 12 episode show, like I think that would work. They can make that work.
Yeah. CD Projekt Red has been hacked. This happened like immediately when we finished our fucking last show. CD Projekt Red has been hacked, and they released the ransom note on Twitter. Let's get into that. CG Projekt Red released a statement on Twitter today, noting that the company has been a victim of a cyber attack. The party responsible for the hack sent the Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher developer a ransom note, which CD Projekt Red has released to the public. And it says, yesterday, this is from Twitter. This is just like a little docket that they printed out and
twit longer.
It made their tweet longer. Yesterday, we discovered that we have become the victim of a targeted cyber attack, due to which some of our internal systems have been compromised. An unidentified actor gained unauthorized access, no shit, to our internal network, collected certain data belonging to CD Projekt Capital Group, and left a ransom note, the contents of which we released to the public. Although some devices in our network have been encrypted, our backups remain intact. We have already secured our IT infrastructure and began restoring the data. We will not give into demands nor negotiate with the actor. Being aware that this may eventually lead to the release of the compromised data, we are taking necessary steps to mitigate the consequences of such a release, in particular by approaching any parties that may be affected due to the breach. Continues, we are still investigating the incident. However, at this time, we can confirm that to our best knowledge, the compromised systems did not contain any personal data of our players or users of our services. We have already approached the relevant authorities, including law enforcement and the president of the Personal Data Protection Office, the PDPO, as well as IT forensic specialists, and we will closely cooperate with them in order to fully investigate this incident. And they released a ransom note, but I can't seem to read it. Can you read it?
Very small.
Okay. It says, and this is kind of funny, hello, CD Projekt Red. You have been epically pwned, PWNED. We have dumped full copies of the source codes from your...
I know, it's small.
Perforce server for Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, Gwent, and the unreleased version of Witcher 3. We have also dumped all of your documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, something else, relations, and more. Also, we have encrypted all of your servers, but we understand that you can most likely recover from backups. If we will not come to an agreement, then your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in the gaming journalism. The public image will go. Your public image will go down the shitter, and more people will see how you shitty your company functions.
And that is what it says. We'll see how you shitty your company functions. That is what it says. Yeah,
that's why I was taken. It's teeny tiny, but also
it's written
very
poorly,
poorly. Investors will lose trust in your company, and the stock will dive even lower. You have 45 hours to contact us. It seems to me like in the middle of that, CD Projekt kind of like took some things out, like, because this is a ransom note, so where are their demands? You know, I don't understand. There's probably like a demands section that they just took out of this statement. The story continues. Hackers have reportedly sold the game's source code. This was like, well, I guess it would be 48 hours since this first thing. Hackers have reportedly sold the game's source code and other information stolen from Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3 studio, CD Projekt Red. Cybersecurity firm Kella released screenshot of a post on the hacking forum. Exploit allegedly posted by the attackers, saying that they've received an offer for the data from outside the forum. They added that they ended the auction at the request of the buyer. Cybersecurity Twitter account VX Underground subsequently confirmed that the auction had closed. It is not known who purchased the data or how much it was sold for. However, the auction was thought to have included source code for Thronebreaker, which is like the Gwent game on console, the Witcher Tales spinoff, The Witcher 3, a ray-traced version of The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077, and copies of the company's internal documents. That's according to screenshots posted by VX Underground. The auction followed a leak of the source code for CD Projekt Red's virtual card game Gwent, which was verified by Vice. Kella previously reported that the starting price for the auction was $1 million, and with a buy it now price of $7 million. These terms were subsequently verified by VX Underground also. That was a lot. And so I'm going to kind of try to go over it. So CD Projekt Red, somebody hacked into them, got into their network, stole a bunch of shit, stole their source code.
Fuck their servers, but CD Projekt Red fixed the servers like immediately.
Immediately, because like there's safeguards for that kind of stuff. Yeah. So they tried to attack them, and they're like, yeah, well, we know we attacked you, but you'll probably be fine. But we still have all the information, and we plan on selling it if you don't meet our demands within 48 hours. 48 hours came by, and no word from CD Projekt, so they went and fucking sold it to somebody. And that's kind of where it's at right now.
Jesus H. Christ here on Twitch says North Korea is about to play the shit out of some cracked copies of The Witcher.
Dude, it's probably going to be better than the game itself.
Yeah, well, I think what this really means is the modding community is about to be fucking wild for every CD Projekt Red game. That's for fucking sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is a great thing because,
well,
no, like, hear me out, because
I'm hearing you out.
I will rebut this stuff. Like this can hurt developers and whatnot, but they've already gotten paid. They made $8 billion on this fucking game that isn't finished, right? Granted, they can't really take time off because they're in crunch and trying to fix their game. However, with the source code being leaked and people being able to see the problems and potential fixes that they can do and the mods that they can put onto the source code to fix the game, to add things to the game, to make it run better on PC, probably. I doubt that anybody has anything to do with like the PlayStation 5, whatever, the Xbox stuff. So on PC, I'm sure we're going to get releases of mods, of updates, of like brand new games where they're like, yeah, this is in the game and it's in the source code, but it's not actually active in the game. So we just turned that on and tweaked it a little bit. So now it's in the game and it runs and the system is actually working. And it's just better. And I think the best thing for CD Projekt to do is just keep their eyes open for anybody fixing their game and modding it and putting it out there, and then just hire those fucking people and go, how did you do this? Can you come work for us and, fix this part of the game?
Very
like,
Valve approach, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we've been working on this and we put this out, but we need you to also help us out with the other things, if that is possible. Like, you did this on PC, can you do it to PlayStation 5? Can you do it to PlayStation 4? Like, it's such a good job application for those people who are getting their hands on the source code and fixing it up and, replacing shit, taking shit out, slimming it down, making it run better. And it's only good news. Granted, their source code's out there now. And I'm not quite sure what that means in a bad news kind of sense. Do you have anything for this?
Yeah, I think it's that's a very glass half full approach to what happened, for sure. And yeah, like, I think a lot of people are gonna have the source code to do all sorts of weird shit with the game, but I don't necessarily think that's a good thing on all accounts, mainly because people are just gonna fuck with the game. But like, ultimately, this is bad. This is bad because someone fucking hacked into their servers, and that's cyber terrorism. And that's not cool. This is just not very cool. I actually don't think that this hurts their PR, though. If anything, this helps their PR, because everyone's like, oh shit, no one really deserves that. That's kind of fucked. Right. I think the fact that no one's like personal information got leaked is super good, and I'm happy about that. Very, very lucky that didn't happen. I really wonder if the people that hacked saw that information, went, that's not what we're after. Maybe. And just kind of went for the source codes. Maybe that's possible. Because they're just like, hey, we fucked up your servers, but you're gonna get them back. We know it. Like, we're not here for that. We're not here to fuck your day up. We're just here to take something that you want and hold it against you. Like, yeah, I don't think they were after user information or even employee information. I just don't think that. I think they just wanted to have some sort of control over the company. Right. A whole like Robin Hood approach, that's cool, but like, yeah, it's not though, because there's no way to really justify what they did. I also think like the fact that CD Projekt Red was like, no, we're not gonna negotiate with these people is the right call, because ultimately they can negotiate with these guys, give them all the money they want, and they can still leak the source code regardless. Yeah. So like, what's the point? You just put it on a thumb drive, and then it's like, well, okay, you can have it back, but here, we'll sell it still. I think CD Projekt Red like handled it as good as they could, given the circumstances. They're just like, well, we can't really do much. We'll let everyone know what happened. We'll give you a nice long statement about it. We'll even release the ransom note and show you how fucking stupid these guys are. They said pwned in their fucking note. They had constant grammar issues, although they're probably Swedish too. Who knows? But Swedish? Where are they from? Polish, whatever. Sweden, Polish. They're like right next to each other. Polish, they're right next to each other for sure. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know how Europe works. I'm an American. I don't really give a fuck what happens over there. Like Italy is right next to Norway. China. Right? Yeah, they're like right next to China or something. I don't know. Australia is like next to France or something. I don't fucking know.
No, it's England.
because like the English.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They moved them all to the small island of Australia, just off the coast of England, right?
And if you live in Alaska, you can see Russia from your house. So
right, yeah. You just wave to your neighbors who are Russian.
I mean, I feel like we kind of glossed over the fact that there's a ray traced version of The Witcher 3. I mean, that's interesting, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and
cool.
unreleased game for The Witcher. Well, it says that they got like the source code for an unreleased version of The Witcher 3, which I'm assuming is for the PlayStation 5. And we kind of already knew that they were coming out with a Witcher 3 for the PlayStation 5, because how could you not? You put it out on the Switch.
The fact that they got the source code for Gwent, though, does that mean people can like potentially like hack the game and like break it?
Well,
and
they'd add cards. I don't think you could get on the servers with a source code.
But like, I feel like if you had the source code, you could probably find a workaround, huh?
I'm not that tech savvy.
I'm not either.
I can turn on a computer and I can troubleshoot Windows a little bit, but I do not understand what you can get with a source code, other than the fact that it is a basic language for a video game.
I hope we get some Geralt porn, you know?
Oh, you got that already, my guy.
That's true. But we could get it with ray tracing now.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking take it. I've been waiting for this. I don't want to play
Geralt porn?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
You play Cyberpunk, but Johnny Silverhands is Geralt?
That'd be interesting. Wouldn't that be interesting?
What a twist.
That would be so weird.
What if that's how the game
is? Oh yeah, we got this guy who's like 1 million years old, and we just got his brain essence and put it into your brain.
Didn't Siri go to the future though? So
yeah.
There's a chance that maybe Geralt does.
Maybe. I don't know.
You think when like Siri went to the future, people were like, "What the fuck is she wearing?" You know?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all, because it's Cyberpunk, so they're like anything goes.
But like, you know, they still have their fashion and shit, and they're like, "Why you dress like you're wearing like a loincloth?"
Going to a Renaissance fair? Yeah. Yeah.
Cool hair though. It's silver.
Yeah,
I like that.
I really want a Witcher 3 on next gen consoles. I want it to run at 60 frames. I don't necessarily need it ray tracing, but I want it to run at 60 frames, and I want it to look better, because I will play through that game a fourth time.
On the Switch.
No, fuck the Switch. Switch is stupid. Until Monster Hunter Rise comes out, the Switch is stupid.
It's like next week.
No, it's not. February, March. It's April, I think.
Yeah, a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. Like 8 weeks.
What? That's like 4 weeks.
It's February.
Like
we're in February.
It's the middle of February.
April. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like 8 weeks, 6 weeks. We're just saying shit. Okay, so enough of that. We'll go to reviews from Open Critic. This week, we got some reviews in from Open Critic. A couple, three games that struck my fancy. Little Nightmares 2 scored an 82 out of 122 critic reviews. Persona 5 Strikers also scored an 82 out of 63 reviewers.
I'm surprised by that.
I am too, because I
thought that game would be garbage. I thought it would be really bad.
From what I hear, people love it, except it doesn't have anything like Persona-y about it, except for the music and the look of it. It's just a fighter. Yeah. What do you call it? It's a Hyrule Warriors. It's a dynasty. It's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Is that what it is? I thought it was a fighter.
No, it's a Dynasty Warriors game where you just beat up mobs of shades or whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called.
I thought it'd be ass for sure, but I guess not.
No, people seem to like it. The thing that I hear a lot of people say is like there's no companion system or whatever it was called.
Yeah, but
you know more about this.
That's the main thing of
Persona
like
5.
the confidant system. Yeah, like that's
Confidant, yeah.
that's like the whole game. Like how would they design? They'd have to that. Of course, that's not in the game. Like what the fuck?
Right. Anyway. It's a fucking Dynasty Warriors game.
Yeah.
What are you expecting?
Yeah, for real.
Anyway, but Super Mario World, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury got an 89 out of 68 reviews. This game is doing real good. People seem to really fucking like this game.
I'm curious about this. So is there a way to like search an Open Critic? Here we go. Mario 3D World. Because like, what does the original Super Mario 3D World have?
I don't even know if Open Critic was around.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. It's got a 94. So like,
shit.
So explain this to me. Someone explain this to me. How the fuck? I saw this on IGN too, right? How the fuck does Super Mario 3D World have a 94, but the new one has an 89? I saw this on fucking IGN. IGN gave it like a 71 or something like that, 72. But then the original game, they gave it like a 92. It's like, what the fuck? How does that work? What the fuck?
It's a new time. It's a new time, dude. It doesn't stand the test of time. It's a little dated. It's a little dated. You know,
I guess
it's just ever so slightly a little dated. Well, after you get
fuck confusing. I don't know. Like no one
what
played 3D World. So
what was the last Mario game? The one where the
Odyssey.
Where you have Odyssey, and that was like, wow, this is a really good Mario game. And then you have Super Mario 3D World, and it's like, well, yeah, this was already out, so it has less of like a punch, and also we've already kind of seen.
They didn't add anything new. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bowser's Fury is only like
I get it.
3 hours.
That just
long.
seems like a harsh drop.
It does. Well, it really does.
You know, from what was it? 98, from like a 94 to an 89. I guess that's not that far of a drop. But the one I saw on IGN where it was like a 92 to a 71, it's like, what? How does that make sense?
That happen? It's the same fucking game. They just added more content. You know, that should be better. They added more content. Anyway, you got a question for these folks? There's nothing to look forward to next week, by the way. Don't even tune in. It's Jake's week. This is the year of Nick. Don't even tune in because there's not going to be any news.
Well, I've got a fun question. This will be a fun one.
Yeah.
All right. Por qué? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Jeez. Wait, no, ¿por qué why or por qué?
¿Por qué no los dos? Okay.
¿Por qué no los dos?
But
because
I feel like, so we were just talking about Nintendo. I feel like it's been a while since we've heard anything from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the Switch and how the Switch is lame, except for Monster Hunter Rise is coming.
Right.
What would you guys like to see come to the Switch this year? What are some games that you'd like to see come to the Switch? Jesus H. Christ says, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Oh.
No sé. No sé.
I don't know. Depends on where you live.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? I don't know.
No sé. Yeah, no sé. No sé.
Do you know?
The corner of East Street.
Yeah, that's my question, though.
I like that question. I'm gonna
write it down.
What do you guys
want to see come to Switch?
What should come to Switch?
Okay, bye.
Whoa. Are we actually still live?
We're still live. Make sure you check out the other Lonercast shows. Nick's the host, though, so go ahead, take it over, bud.
The Jake and Corey podcast airs every Monday. They skipped a week because
we're back this week, though.
You know, they did a full year every single week, 52 episodes. It was time for them to put the break. Yeah, put the hammer down for a little bit. They'll pick it up next week. It'll be out.
It's true.
It airs every Monday.
Well, we actually posted one today, so yeah.
Oh yeah, well fuck it. Posted one today. Check it out.
We're back.
Also, Jake posted a video about Valentine's Day video. Very cute. Almost got taken down and deleted. But,
fuck you, YouTube. Actually, thank you for looking at my claim. YouTube. I actually appreciate how quickly you took care of it. So praise to you, YouTube. Thank you
for this one.
Oh, Father. Oh, Father.
Oh, Father. And then follow us on all the goodies. We got Twitter. Jake is at emergencypizza_, and I am at fatal_microwave on Twitter. And then follow Jake on twitch.tv/lonercast, where he does whatever the fuck he feels like it. It's mostly just hanging out, playing Tetris, playing...
It's like Viva La Bam up in this bitch, you know? What are we going to do today? Whatever the fuck I want. Remember that shit? Remember Viva La Bam? Remember that?
I don't.
That's my Twitch channel. Only instead of beating up my dad, we play Tetris.
Well, it's not just Tetris, though. I'm sure you were playing Jack and Daxter.
Played some Jack and Daxter. We played some Don't Starve. We do all sorts of stuff. We're gonna play some Metal Gear. It's gonna be we're having a good time.
It's just mostly hanging out, chilling out. I'm
talk politics sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about how Trump wasn't impeached, go over there.
It's true. It's true. He wasn't. It's a
damn
shame.
Yeah. They charged him with the wrong thing, though. Anyway, that's our show.
Oh God. Here we go.
God bless. God bless everybody. Stay cool to your neighbors. Wear sunglasses indoors. Look like a fucking freak, and don't give a shit.
Word to your mother.
Word to your mother and your father.